Before tanks, before drones, and even before gunpowder, terror on the battlefield could come on four legs. But sometimes the most powerful force on the battlefield didn't bark, it thundered. Across the ancient world, long before engines roared and steel machines dominated air, the fate of empires often rested on the backs of powerful animals. Among them, one creature stood above all others, a horse so strong, so majestic, and so fierce that kings considered it a treasure more valuable than gold. This was the legendary Nisean Horse, bred in the rich plains of Nicaea, within the lands of the mighty Persian Empire. These horses became the pride of ancient cavalry forces. They were not ordinary horses used by farmers or traders. They were royal air horses, bred of power, endurance, and glory on the battlefield. And science historians describe them as tall, muscular, and incredibly elegant. Their thick necks, powerful legs, and proud posture made them look almost mythical, as if they had been created for king alone. Because of their incredible strength and beauty, these horses are often reserved only for the most powerful rulers. Common soldiers rarely had the chance to ride them. Instead, they carried elite warriors, royal guard, and sometimes even the king themselves. In the course of ancient Persia, owning a Nisean horse was a symbol of power and prestige. Entire herds of these horses were guarded carefully by royal handlers. They were raised in the wide open plains, where the land provided rich grass and endless space for them to grow strong. From a young age, the horses were trained to remain calm under pressure. They learned to run through chores, to obey commands instantly, and to charge forward even when surrounded by the noise of battle. Cause on the battlefield, hesitations could mean death, and the riders who trapped these horses were some of the most feared warriors of the ancient world. One of the great powers that relied heavily on cavalry was an Achaemenid empire. This birthed empires sprang from the desert of the Middle East of the mountain Central Asia. To control such a massive territory, state and mobility were essential. And that is where the Nisean horse became truly legendary. Persian cavalry units mounted on these horses could move faster than most animals of the time. They could travel across deserts, plains, and rugged landscapes with remarkable endurance. On later gain, these riders formed powerful cavalry lines, rows of armed warriors mounted on powerful horses, spears ready, banners flying. And when the command was given, thousands of arrows struck the ground at once. The earth trembled beneath them. The rose back into the sky as the cavalry thundered across the battlefield. For enemy soldiers standing in their path, the sight was terrifying. A wall of steel and muscle rushing toward them at terrible speed. Many enemies simply couldn't withstand the impact of a cavalry charge like this. Even powerful civilizations feared. the strength of Pharisee cavalry. Among the rulers who commanded these forces was the famous king Darius the Great. Under his leadership, the Persian Empire became one of the largest empires of the world had ever seen. His enemies marched across vast lands, conquering territories and expanding Persian influence. And wherever these enemies went, the thunder of Nisean horses followed. Later, another powerful ruler, Georges, also relied on cavalry forces during his campaigns. These horses carried warriors through some of the most ambitious military expeditions in ancient history. But the importance of the Nisean horses was not limited to the war alone. These animals also played an important role in royal ceremonies and celebrations. Kings often rode on them during grand processions. This impressive appearance made them perfect symbols of royal authority. Artists and sculptors even kept images of these horses into ancient strong relief. In places like Persepolis, magnificent carving tail so powerful horses turning despite king and warriors. These images remind us how deeply respected this animal once were. To the Persian, the horse was more than just a tool of war. It was campaign, a symbol of power, and sometimes even a representation of divine favor. Yet, like many legends of the ancient world, the story of the Nisean horse eventually began to fade. As centuries passed, empires rose and fell. New weapons appeared. New military strategies changed when wealth were found. The great Persian Empire slowly declined, and the careful bred warriors that once protected the Nisean horse began to disappear. Over time, the original bloodline of this legendary horse was lost. Historians believe that tracks of its genetics may still lie in some modern horse breeds. But the true Nisean horse, the royal war horse of ancient Persia, vanished from the world long ago. Let its legend remain alive in the past.